Hello everybody, it's Mr. Popton here from Pocatello, Idaho. Today we're going to be looking at the Soviet Union ground units. To start off, I want to go ahead and look at the infantry, and then we'll go ahead and look at the rest of the ground units. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so for the main portion of them, I did like over 50 of these guys. I sprayed them all in kind of a darker green. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but that kind of got their base and their helmets is the only thing that I kept that color on them. I went ahead and painted their boots black, gun brown with gunmetal on there, and then I did cut some dark green on the backpacks. If I could go back, I probably would have kept the backpacks the same color as what the helmet and the base are, but I digress. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. And of course, I painted their hands and their faces. These are really good pieces. The uniform, I think I did some sort of olive, Spanish olive, which is what most of the other ground units are going to be. You can see just with the tanks that they match. But yeah, those are the main Soviet force right there. They're ground units. And I painted a ton just so you could field all units. You don't have to use chips if you don't want to, but I don't like using chips. Then over here, I did like 18 guys in snow camo. The reason is for 1940, you get some Siberian troops over by Japan, and I kind of wanted them to be a different color. So when you start moving them west, if you're bringing them to fight the Germans, it's kind of cool to have them on the front coming up, and you can tell which ones were from Siberian area. So these guys are just all white. I just painted over where their boots would be white to make it give them pants, and then kind of just gray shoes, gray bags, gray equipment, gray helmet. Brown gun with gunmetal. I did the straps on these guys because it doesn't take too long when you're just doing 18 guys. But yeah, these are the same model. So if you're going to be doing something like that, it's just painted over. Hope that's focusing okay. But yeah, they look good. Everyone really likes these snow guys. I kept the bases the same so that when they do get mixed together, you can obviously tell they're the same. It would get confusing if every country had snow units. The Soviet Union is the only one with snow uniforms for right now. I would love to have German have snow uniforms, but it might just get complicated on the Russian front, so I'll probably not do that. But if you do play 1941, if you do the 18 guys for the 1940, if you go back and play 41, this can usually be all your fielded men for that game. You don't have that many units in that one. So, all right, let's pan over and take a look at the anti-aircraft guns. So I've turned one of them sideways there. So these I just painted the same color as the infantry bases. So I went over them and sprayed them with that. And then the little pegs coming out, I just painted all those white, just to be a little different there. And then I went over it with a few dark washes. Just bring out those little details that are in here. Really simple piece. Didn't want to go too crazy with it. But yeah, those are nice. Love those. So let's look at the mechanized infantry. Pan over here. So they're the same color as the infantry uniforms. And then I did a light brown kind of cover. It looks like there's like kind of wood on the back and stuff. And then a few dark washes over the whole thing. Of course, I went around all the way with those tires. I think those turned out really good. So I like them. And let's look over here. So the artillery, I have two types of artillery that they can field. So they have the ones from the 1940 game, which are the 8 in the back. And then the 41 game comes with these in the front here. So I'll show you one of each of those up close. So this is from the 1941 game. It's the kind of basic looking piece. Not a whole lot of detail. But I went in and did some dark washes to make it look like older, like it's been seen some combat and stuff. But then when you pull it up to this 1940 piece, you can really tell there's quite a bit more detail in here. People generally just use these ones anyways, but it's kind of fun to have different options if you want to field different things. So that's them, the artillery. Overall, I really liked how those turned out. All right, now the armor. So as you can see, I have 4 different types of armor here. I haven't put decals on them yet, and I'm still debating if I will or not. I probably end up will at the end. I probably will end up doing it anyways. But it's just been tight being around Christmas and stuff. So let's go ahead and look at them though. So let's start in the rear. And those are from the 1941 game. These are the JS2s, I believe is what they're called. So again, just that same Spanish olive that was on the infantry uniform. I just went ahead and painted these and then put a couple dark washes in those treads to really darken it up in there and help those help all the details pop in there. A couple dark washes over the whole thing just to help it look weathered. So turned out really good. I think it would just look amazing if we could get if I could get a little decal right there though. Just right there. But in the meantime, they work and people really enjoy playing with them. So that's the biggest tank that they got to field as far as pieces are concerned. The next one is the T-34. This just comes out of 1940 out of box. Same thing, just that Spanish olive with some dark washes. I really enjoyed this T-34 piece. They did a lot of detail on it, but then they kind of like got lazy at the treads. I don't hate it. Still looks like a tank, so it works for me. But yeah, that's their T-34. So that's what comes out of box. So I do 4 of each of those is what they can field, just because they're bigger. And then I got 5 of each of the next ones. So these ones are from Historical Board Game. They're the SU-76s or 76s. So these are really good detail, hollowed out in the center. The tracks have a ton of detail in there, as you can see. I had some dark washes in there, and it just really darkened it up and did well. The in between the treads is hollow. I really like that. So this is awesome. Good little tank destroyer. Good piece of armor. It looks fun on the board. All right, and for the last one, this is also from Historical Board Gaming. This is their T7, what is it, T26? T26, yeah, that's right. T26 light tank. Again, same paint scheme here. Really awesome. It's kind of fun to see these guys on the board. I don't have any different rule sets for anything, like light armor and heavy armor. But it's just kind of fun to have that variety, like I was saying. It's really fun to have those guys sit up next to these bigger tanks. You can really tell how small they are once they're side by side with one of those T-34s. So it's cool. I like them. So that's the Soviet ground units for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time with another video. Take care.